Like how recording starts immediately, I guess. That's nice. So, let me figure out something over here. 1 second. Buddies. Oh. Oh, shit. Okay. That's not bad. I think. That sounds good. Doesn't sound terrible. However, let me find the link. Set up one thing real quick before we get going. All right, we are. Oh, I heard my own voice. Maybe I should consider some alternative form of living. No, no need to. No need. Right, that's here. We pin that. Boom. Boom. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, that's over there. This is over here. Okay. This is over here. And boom.
At the ready.
All right. We got a little bit of a bond last time with Shadowheart. And today we're gonna continue our simping Gate 3 playthrough. Alright. This sounds good. Okay. Let me kind of think a bit. We have how many ability points? The sea has 2 and 1. Okay, we can definitely fight a couple of times. We didn't really waste any abilities, did we? Alright. We got our loot earlier. Let's grab this shield and figure out our next step. I will get us closer to getting rid of the little worms, which is totally my first, priority. Wait, what is this? Anything up here? Nope, doesn't seem like it. Anything up here? Nope, doesn't seem like it. Okay, let's fuck around a little bit. Grab some more loot. Boom, boom, boom. That's a well. Nice how no one seems to mind. Okay, we found another waypoint. That's nice. Okay, we got more shit to sell. Give me the fish. Nice. Okay, more camp supplies. Big. That means we can do more flirting eventually with people. Hello, Goblin Brawler. Anything to say to the absolute?
Mightiness. Welcome
Nice.
to Bogrot.
You should be subordinate to me. That's good. Almost said another type of sub, but nothing to worry about, eh? Alright. What the hell is going on over here? That crate must have some good loot, right? Surely. Surely. Oh, no. Okay, well, immune to psychic damage. That is surprising. A barrel. I guess the barrel doesn't have any thoughts. Kind of relatable, I would say. Let's go inside. What's going on here? What's this then? Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Hold on 1 sec. Let me kind of try to fix my mic a little bit. Okay. Alright. Everything should be chilling. Let's play some more, guys. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. What about this damaged vase? Has nothing. Those vases, I swear to God, have nothing. Ever. They never give you nothing. Well, they never give you anything.
Always room for
Empty
more.
potion bottle and a bottle. A bottle. No. Oh, I thought I was talking to Astarion.
Not bad. I've had better days. And worse ones.
I mean, girl. Besides the blood, you look pretty good. Okay. Let me read the book. We've some magic bullshit. Well, I guess I am a mage. I was about to say I'll leave the magic cack shit to Gale, but I mean I'm kind of a mage cack as well, so you know. Oh
What's on your
no! I
mind?
accidentally clicked on karlach. Oh no! Now we get a close up of her. No. Okay.
Don't want this junk.
Are they talking?
I just do.
Oh, okay.
Getting drunk off their choppers in camp.
Ain't fair.
Those guys are complaining. Get it?
I'll
I
give it
feel
a
it.
shot.
I feel you guys. Let me get more racks. And a barrel. And a wine rack. What's going on here? Ooh, there's a shed there. Oh, hold on a second. We're gonna be doing some alchemy, it seems. Damn, this is a lot of rule. A lot of loot. Apothecary diaries? Ooh, shit, I just realized. I haven't seen that show in a while.
Says
When
there's a
is the
cellar
fourth
here
season of that
somewhere.
coming out? Or is the third
I
season?
don't see one.
There's a cellar. Okay. Thank you, Shadowheart, for not leaving me hanging. Just thank you for talking to me at all. What a blessing. Okay, lucky light. Boom, boom, nice. Alright. Let me check over here, these rafts, bottles. That's crazy. So many bottles and no loot. No books either. Okay, well. Not living empty-handed, that's for sure. We're living with a bunch of weed. And herbs. Okay, let me check in here. Anything in here? What do you have in this room? What did the goblins leave that they haven't taken? Okay, some book shit. I can't really read effectively. What the fuck? There's nothing here. Wait. Oh, I'm so stupid. Never mind. Not only can I not read, I forgot where I was. Wait, what the fuck was that? Household player? Ooh, we missed this. Cauldron of fire. Alright. Oh shit, there's more herbs. Holy. God damn, why is there a skull here, bro? What kind of freaky ass shit were they doing here? I say as I've eaten multiple people. Well, only one bard. I've only eaten one bard. Sadly, it was a very hot one. Like literally, she was a tiefling. It's rule of 3. Okay. I see you. Oh, the rule of the, meaning I loot it. Let's go downstairs and see what we got. Search the cellar. I see you. Let us search the cellar. Alright, let's get a pot. Okay, let me get another bottle and another bottle. And another bottle and another bottle and a large bottle and a bottle. I'm fat. Ooh. I'm fat. No. What the hell? Okay, well, I'm kind of fat. So let's put all our shit. Fuck, I'm misclicking because I keep thinking it won't pop up for some reason. Ah, damn, we have a lot of potatoes. Okay, well, grab these salvos. Okay, grab that, and that. Keep the egg. Grab this shit. With you. Put her on our guardian. Our giant guardian. Our bodyguard. Or bodyguard. Okay. More loot. Thank you. Thank you very much. What's going on over here? Suspicious poison.
That might be worth a look.
That might be worth a look. And wait, what the fuck? Shadowheart is right. Health healer's log. Okay. Pick it up. No loot left behind. That's what Bush said a long time ago. No loot left behind. Potion of... You? What? Let's grab the big bottle, I guess. I don't even know if we need those. Okay. Ooh, that's a big jump one. Okay, if we ever need to jump, we got that. That's nice. Nice, nice, nice. Can you grab this potion of healing? Where are you going? There? What the fuck? Why was it there? That was weird. That was a weird bug. Okay, I don't think I need to be grabbing all these bottles. Just a take. They seem a little bit redundant, you know? Okay, now I'm fat again. Just seeing a bunch of rocks. Rocks on rocks. And cutting board. That sounds useful. That sounds even more useful. Give me these two. Okay, grab the incense. I feel like we got everything. Hold on, what is that? Earthen bottle? What the fuck is that even supposed to mean? Grab the potatoes, girl. You can grab that sack of potatoes. Grab these two. Alright. No longer fat temporarily. What's going on here? Did we get everything from this place? It seems like it. Okay. Alright, whatever. Ooh, pots. Ew. Okay, those are good. Damn, this is like an alchemist hut, bro. We got so many shit. Okay. But is that really all there is to this place? There's no way, right? Oh no, what about here? We didn't go here. I see a something. What the hell? Is there really nothing here? What is this, a nothing burger? Damn, this place had nothing? That's kind of weird. You grab the painting. Pension. Much stronger than me, so you should carry it. Grab that as well. Maybe we can sell those. Unbelievable. 3 out of 3, nothing. Hey, is there really nothing here? I don't. I guess we got one thing. Like that potion, but what does that even do? Latest. No, poison resistance. Didn't we get a weird looking? Oh yeah, suspicious poison. This potion will leave you worse for wear. Well, like what? Are you supposed to throw this at someone? Is it like a weapon or what? I'm assuming it's more of a weapon than anything. That's what I would assume. 1 sec. Let me check something real quick. I want to check my audio. 1 sec. All right. All right. Okay. Yep. Okay. Everything's good. Let me move the mic a little bit further. Boom. Everything's good. Let me move the mic a little bit further. Boom. Okay. Freak. Hold on. Okay. Fixing up my keyboard position. Alright. Let us get out of here real quick.
What do we
Yeah,
have
let's
here?
just get out. There's literally nothing here. A complete nothing burger. Well, I mean, we did get a few things, but it's kind of like a nothing burger, I would say.
Let's get going.
Doesn't seem like this was important, unless I missed something, which is kind of impossible, I would say.
Walking death.
I don't believe it. There's no way I could miss.
Bet that will fit in my pack.
I don't miss. Wow. Except for that one time I almost died on level 2 in this playthrough. That was crazy. I still have nightmares about that.
Better not be
Oh,
cursed.
do we have the key or do we not have the key? Oh, we do. Alright. This part, though, we definitely know is important. Pleasurable deal. What the hell? What the hell are you talking about, sir? Ooh, harps. I know harps. But we'll meet the queen later. Ew. Ew. And yet I'm still looting them, but ew. Hey, that's nice.
What's inside?
How the fuck am I heavy again? Okay, maybe I just need to give karlach all my shit. All my heavy shit. Kinda hesitant to give her my stuff, but it is what it is. Wait, really? These are only like 3? What the fuck? Here. I trust you with my money. You can do anything you want with my money. Okay, grab these things as well. Oh, damn. Okay. Grab these loots and these. And, yup, you can grab these. The astarion should be holding these two. I don't know why he's not. He's slacking. He's always slacking, this guy. Damn. I trust you with the egg. I trust you with the salvos. Alright. Okay, so... should be audible, right? Alright. Let's continue. Pretty sure here we can find something for karlach. I'm hoping. That way she can cool down. A trident. Ooh. Sounds dope, but it's not better than anything we have, I believe. We do need to find a weapon for Astarion. Astarion. Keep calling him Astarion, I don't know why. Sounds like an sound type of guy for some reason. Maybe that's why he doesn't like me. I keep mispronouncing his name. Okay. Yo, Teresia, how you doing? I'm doing great. Okay. You can grab these, karlach. And nice. Keep going. What do we have over here? Hopefully something. Okay, I remember this. Alright. Reception failed. Because I'm kind of stupid. Okay. Boom. Hey,
Ew.
someone hit it.
This place is hungry for blood.
How many hours are you in this game? How can you check? I'm like, I've gotten karlach. I'm basically right in the gomblings, like little first place you get to. I don't know, like what, 10 hours maybe in? I don't know. I have kind of been doing a lot of the side stuff. I forgot how you check in the game. Alright. Like 2 of those hours were me talking to Shadowheart, basically. Alright. Let me check more. Well, you can grab these. Oh, so you're kinda new to it? This playthrough, yeah. I've played this game before, but it's been like a few years. And I know there were a lot of updates, so... Kinda doing a... I didn't play Dark Urge. So this is quite different. Yeah?
Blood whispers.
But yeah. I have played this before, though. But I haven't seen a lot of the new endings. There's a lot of new stuff over the years. A lot of the subclasses and shit. Let's lockpick this. Boom. Nice. Ooh, 26, okay. Okay, that's a sword. I don't know if... Ooh, this is good though. I know that. That can help our karlach become a little bit less hot. Even though that sounds really unbelievable, but yeah.
This can help dam and patch up my engine.
Yep.
Everything is clear.
Okay. Let's try this one.
Keep your distance.
Yo. Oh, we have to disarm it too. That's cool. What other games do you play? Mostly story games. A little bit of League. Like every once in a while when I relapse. Yep. That's basically it. Anything but horror games. I can't do horror games. Okay. So you could make a dagger, which is I think what I need.
Weapons.
Astarion.
They call for Susa bark. There's only one place I'm finding a Susa tree. The Underdark.
Ooh. Hey, wait, I missed a book.
Seems simple enough.
Okay. Let me pick this up. Nice. Yeah, I'm more of a story gamer,
Something good here, I hope.
I would say. Like mostly. Although again, I did end up
Light on my feet.
playing a lot of League hours over the years, even though I started late. But is it really a game or is it more of a negative thing? Okay, so we got something new. Where is it? No, he got it. No, he got it. Okay, that's a steel force sword. Can he even wield this? Can he even wield this? Wait, when did I get this dagger? What the fuck? Oh, never mind. The rapier is stronger. I remember now. Wait, he can wield this. Okay, this is definitely worth it, I would say. Let's lock this in. When do you decide that you're gonna stream on Twitch? Like this month I've been doing it. I did used to stream on YouTube as well. I still do right now. But yeah, like this last month I've been doing it more consistently. I've just been playing Witcher and now Baldur's Gate. Just casually. Okay, so we got him a sword. Let's see if we can get some more shit here. Oops.
Looking ahead. What's hiding
Let
here?
me check my rack. Anything else? Let's go over here. Okay, we can yoink this shit too. And boom. Nice.
One day I'll catch a
Okay.
break. More for me.
Have you ever watched the TV show? Oh boy, I watched the first 3 seasons. Okay, so I've read the books, right? And I played the games. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like a whole conversation. I think I talked about it in one of the Witcher streams, but yeah. There's a lot to unpack there. At least we got to see, the way I view it is at least we got to see a few of the things that weren't visually done in the games, like the Tannet coup and a bunch of other stuff. And it wasn't all bad, but yeah, I don't know. It felt like the writers didn't like the books at all. That's how it felt. Yeah, last season wasn't even that good. Yeah, I think there was a fourth one, but I didn't end up watching it. Oh shit, if we had some Eldritch Blasts here, that would be dope. Maybe I should get Will on. Don't have Force here.
What's next, I wonder?
I mean, I don't know. The first season was okay, but the second season really suffered a lot.
No one stopped
And
me
it was
yet.
very different. I mean, almost nothing happened in it.
Can't slow down.
That was like in the books.
Always makes my day better.
And the
Well,
differences were kind of just bad.
I'm
Again,
up
it
for the
really felt like
challenge.
it was
You've
written by people
just
that
got to make
didn't
an
like the
excuse.
books and the show. And even the first season also had, like, it skipped over the most important parts of the second book, which is literally the whole story, like Ciri and Geralt and the Brokilon Forest. Like the last two short stories in the second book are the core of the whole Witcher series, but I mean, whatever. Take Astarion's place really quick, and I'm gonna use him to just nuke the wall. I guess I could also level him up. Oh, he's actually level 3, never mind. Alright, buddy. Time to Eldritch Blast. I love this move so much. It's so fun. Boom. Okay, well that was just one. Ooh. Okay, well, this is a whole fucking area. That would be wild. That would be wild. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, I loved it, but in my opinion, they freaked it in the last season. Yeah, I don't know. It was rough. Okay. If you were transported into the world of D&D FF, wow, or any fantasy and had to make your perfect character as yourself, what would you choose? Race, class, multiclass if you want? Human cleric or angel multiclass? Ranger gets favored enemy, which I got basically healer, range, monster hunter. Okay, 1 second, I'll answer this. If you're streaming regularly, why don't you update your profile a bit? I mean, I just kind of chill. I also stream on YouTube. It's not that big a deal. Also, I mean, maybe I should, because lately it's been like almost every stream, some guy pops in, tries to sell me some shit. I don't know. It's kind of frustrating, but anyway. Okay, back to the D&D. I've never actually played D&D. Okay, I watched a bit of D&D back in the day, like years ago. So a couple campaigns, bits and pieces. It feels kind of hard to understand the game. Then, hold on, let me kind of say this in order. Okay, then I was like, big fan of Naruto, big fan of Bleach. So I'm like, okay, I wanna kind of RP as this. And so I kind of did. So my only experience of me actually playing is like solo D&D of Naruto and Bleach. And then I watched Vox Machina and what's the other one called, the recent one? Or the second campaign? the second campaign. What do you... I forget the name. Not Vox Machina. What is it called? Hold on, let me just do this. Let's talk about it a bit. Hold on, let me just... Yeah, Mighty Nine, there we go. Okay, so I watched the show and I loved it. It's really fun. And then after watching Mighty Nine, I did go... I think I've seen a few episodes of the first campaign and then like 30 or so episodes or 40 episodes of the Mighty Nine. So yeah, that's basically my experience with D&D. I've never actually played it, only a few like solo sessions for fun, which is basically just, I don't know, like glorified fan fiction. Yeah, I mean, these guys are great. I just loved seeing them, because like, if you're a nerd, you probably heard their voices like 100 times, you know, as you grow up. So yeah, like Laura Bailey plays Reese, right? And Reese was one of my first crushes when I was a kid. So yeah, that was basically it. So overall, what I would play as a character, I don't know. Okay, I think one of the coolest abilities is literally just straight up. I don't know if you know Naruto, but it's like the teleportation types of abilities where like he will just swing his kunai and just TP behind someone. Noctis does this in Final Fantasy 15 as well. Noctis is also pretty cool because he literally uses like 15 types of weapons and he just spams shit and it's like, I don't know. Basically some sort of TP. So what type of class would that be? Like mage, I guess? Samurai class, ninja class. With the ninja you can too. Yeah, I guess you could do a ninja type of class, right? Samurai sounds good too, like a blood samurai. That's what I kind of went for. That's what I went for. What do you call it? For the Blitz type of D&D I did by myself. I made like a... What is his name? Fuck, I need to catch up to it because that's the new season. What is his name? Urahara? No. Ukitake. No, it is Ukitake Urahara, right? I confuse his name with Unahanas for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah. I've tried watching Naruto, but it's just so long. Yeah. Honestly, hopefully in a few years, although I don't know if it will happen, maybe they'll do like a remake of the show. The manga is pretty fast-paced, you know? It's much faster-paced, I would say. The way I would ever recommend anyone watch any of the big shows, it would be like, take it arc by arc. If you don't like the arc, you don't commit more. I think the first like 20 episodes of Naruto are really, really solid, but it's still kind of slowly paced because of the time, the way they did the formats back then. I don't know if you watched like Dragon Ball and all that stuff, right? But yeah, the way I would ever recommend anyone watch one of those big ones is literally take it arc by arc, you know? Also, the length isn't as big. It's like 500 episodes. If you watch like Game of Thrones or something, I mean, Game of Thrones is really, really long. You know? I also read, what is another big one? The Stormlight Archives. That's like a big series as well. Any big thing, you just have to take it by like a few episodes and see how you're feeling. And then it's not worth committing longer than that. Obito, my favorite? Yeah, I love Obito. I've been rewatching it recently and I'm literally at that final bit, you know, with Obito. I think, I don't know, like the reveal was so good. The plot twist. Like that's peak fiction right there. The reveal. And just like those couple of episodes where you're slowly getting the confirmation and you see Kakashi just fucking flounder is so good. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like also the fans even don't really appreciate Obito as much. I mean, a lot of the narrativizing at the time kind of hurt some of the writing for people. But yeah, I love Obito. I think Obito is so fucking well written. I like how Naruto is so angry as well when he tries to convince him and he does the talk no jutsu stuff. You have quite a knowledge about this stuff. It's more like I'm a big nerd and I just yap a lot. I love this shit so much. I love fiction, I love writing a lot. Like I write, I mean, I've written like cool shit, you know, not just fan fiction, right? Totally. You wouldn't totally call it fan fiction. Yeah, I love writing in general. Rin? Yeah, Rin. I guess now that I've just been recently rewatching those videos, those episodes, because I'm right at that point where it culminates with, fuck, this is spoilers, whatever, you've seen it, right? Right before he gets Talk no Jutsu, basically. Since you brought up Rin, I mean, that's literally what I was thinking. I was thinking it would have been nice to see her visually older for just that moment and really solidify to Obito, hey, if she was alive and she was here, your age now, grown up, she would still disagree. I don't know. I think visually that would look really nice as a metaphor to stick it much harder. You like Naruto a lot? Yeah. Yeah. Naruto, Avatar, Kingdom Hearts. I mean, I just showed my thing, right? Right? I love this shit so much. I mean, I grew up with this shit, right? So it's like big. It's big. Big for me. Oh, speaking of Kingdom Hearts, I just saw something sad. Like the voice actress for Kairi. I don't know if you guys ever play Kingdom Hearts. She just passed away. Yeah, yeah. I saw that. It was so sad, man. She was like 37. They're like, that's so sad. And that's like another voice that I just stuck in my brain since childhood, you know? That was sad. What can you do? That was really depressing. Yeah. Yeah. It sucks. And I think Gamer Joint like made a video putting up a bunch of the scenes, right? Let me pull it up. I only saw a couple of seconds of it. Yep. Terrasia, I'm not really. This is for more for fun, right? There's nothing, no money coming in here, right? Like, I don't think I would be willing to put money and just hoping for the future, you know? Maybe if I make money, sure, you pop back in. I'll consider it, okay? Maybe if I make money, sure, you pop back in. All right, back to this. So yeah, it was sad. Like especially these two sunsets are so. Riku's? You mean Riku's voice actor, right? David Gallagher, something like that. We saw the thing actually a few days ago. We literally saw the KH4 trailer, the live thing. I streamed it. Crazy, because that letter was like hers, I guess. Yeah, like this scene right here is just in my head rent free. You know? Like rent free, this scene. And the KH2 ones. Like I love the setup in KH2 as well. How it slowly sets it up, right? And she remembers. Like I love the setup in KH2 as well. How it slowly sets it up, right? Kairi is also another character that I feel people kind of misunderstand. Like her impact. Like Kairi is a princess, meaning she's really important to the plot. And she's just saved Sora like multiple times. And saving Sora means she kind of saved the universe multiple times, you know? Like, she's actually very functional as a character. I think people just kind of mistake the wanting her to be a fighter, right? They want her to be a fighter, which I agree, you know? I would like to see her kick some ass too. But that doesn't mean that if she's not fighting, she's not well written, or at least decently written. If she's not fighting, she's not. Yeah, like I love that in Remind, right? Like that was so dope. And I get it. I understand. I also want that too, right? Like what I want in KH4 is I want to play as her, and I want her to be the one to save Sora, I think. I also want them to kiss. I think it's time. I think it's time. He literally died in front of her again. I also want them to kiss. I think it's time. I think it's time. It's definitely time, I would say. But yeah, I guess I don't know. People hate Orihime. Oh, there it is. Okay. So here's the thing, right? I don't mind Orihime either. And let's talk about, I guess, both Sakura and Orihime. I guess you've seen Bleach, right? Do you know what happens with the manga and stuff? Or like the final arc? Just so that I don't spoil it for you in case you haven't read the manga and you're following up with the anime. Just so that I don't spoil it for you in case. Because I don't want to spoil anything if you haven't, you know. I don't want to spoil anything if you haven't, you know. Yeah. I guess I'll just talk about Sakura then. She no longer becomes afraid when he's wearing his mask. Pretty much, yeah. Oh, okay, so you've seen it, right? Okay. Okay, so here's the thing, right? So I can understand. With Kyrie, I feel like it's very defensible. In my opinion, I just think she's well written overall, right? Obviously, people can disagree, and that's opinions and stuff, but Sakura and Orihime, there are problems with how they're written. I just disagree with what people say. For example, I don't like the useless argument usually for characters, especially characters that literally save the world, right? If Sakura saves Naruto and Sasuke multiple times, and Sakura clearly, I mean, spoilers, I guess, if you haven't watched Naruto, but if she doesn't punch Kaguya in the end, it's GG, you know? Like, they don't survive that encounter. And Orihime as well, you know? If she doesn't save multiple characters, like, it's the healer is very important in a lot of shows. And if you want to take like a, no one would say like Tenma. I don't know if you've seen Monster. Like this guy is an amazing character. I feel like most people that watch this show love this guy, right? I've been rewatching it recently. He's a doctor. It's amazing. No one would hate him, right? So I don't know. Sometimes healers, especially, I mean, I understand it. At the time in the 2000s, 2010s, a lot of the female characters that were healer archetypes were kind of treated poorly. Some of them were written pretty badly, I would say, sure. But the problems that Sakura or Orihime have, I don't think are being useless. They saved the world literally multiple times. Okay, I guess let's just kind of start from Sakura. I think specifically Sakura was set up to be about as strong as Naruto and Sasuke. Same, no one is useless. Hell, even Tenten I was rooting for because I thought she was gonna grab the super weapon and change everything before the... Yeah. Isn't it fucking crazy? That thing Tenten has is literally a tool of the Sage of the Six Paths. That's literally like a god's tool. Right? That's fucking god's tool. She can change 5 chakra modes. There's like 5 people that can do that. She's Kage level, basically. Even Tenten, right? But yeah, for example, for Sakura, right? I did feel like you look at Sakura and her character arc is you go from, oh, she's useless early on, even though not exactly useless, even when they're children, because she does do some important stuff, but she's nowhere near as strong as Naruto and Sasuke. And at the end of part 1, she's supposed to become, I don't know, like she sees that she put too much on Naruto and now she has to change, right? So then you have the time skip. And then Sakura is just peak in that first arc, right? In the Sasori arc. She's peaker there. I would say that's just so amazing. Because they don't have super ninja abilities, yeah. Yeah, it is kind of frustrating. Because there are some criticisms you could have, right? So I think you have Sakura roll by in the Kazekage arc, right? She pops in into another village and she just heals Kankuro, something no one else could do in that village. She's the top healer in another country at age 16. Like, that's such a crazy feat to think about when you think about competency, right? A very highly competent character, and then she also can fight like crazy, right? And that Sasori fight is peak, and character-wise it's peak, or writing-wise, I would say. Yeah, but then I would say the problems. Yes, he stopped Zetsu disguised as Neji. That was done well in the show. I recently watched that video as well because I've been watching it again. The way the show made it was pretty. I like that. It was kind of creepy, and then she just fucking stomped him with a punch. That was clean. But again, in my opinion, again, so she's fully competent and functional, and even by the end of the series, she's like top 3 or at least one of the strongest characters still. Right? And then even in Boruto as well, there's all that other stuff. But I still think now there's two points I would say. I would say the romances in Naruto, like the main ones, weren't done well. So that's one problem. And then the other problem is that after the Sasori arc, right, the Sasori fight, she just didn't have as much to do on screen, right? So for example, you can have a highly competent character, but they're kind of off screen or they're not that important to the story, right? More on two characters, Kurenai and Anko, yeah. I thought we would get more on Anko, because Anko was like, I felt like she was more set up for the Orochimaru stuff later on, but we didn't get much on her. And Kurenai as well, I don't know, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, there are criticisms you can make, again. Like, these are the two criticisms for Sakura I think I can kind of I think are actually true. It's the idea that she should have had more fights and more screen time and be more important to the story in key moments. Because she should be pretty much on the same, like, tier of importance as Sasuke and Naruto. Like, if you think about Kakashi, I'm pretty sure Kakashi gets more screen time, right? She should have been there. And think about it, right? You talk about a missed opportunity. You have Sasuke fighting Itachi, Naruto fights Pain, Sakura doesn't fight anyone during that arc, but there's literally Conan. She's right there. She's literally right there, right? That would have been dope to see, you know? That would have been a great fight. And we know Conan had some interesting stuff as well. You do? You didn't even need her to win.
How much farther?
And then I would say later in the war arcs, you just needed to have more screen time as well. Like, be more involved in the fights. That is fair, I think. Outside of the screen and outside the battlefield as well, yeah. Yeah. But again, right, like the criticism there would be like her importance. So for example, before we see the other Kage, well, we don't really know the Mizukage or the Raikage or the Tsuzikage, right? Or Noki and those guys. We don't really know them. Clearly they're important for the world, but they're not really important for the story, because we see the story through perspectives, right? That's what I kind of mean, right? I do like the headcanon. A lot of the times it's interesting to just think about what the characters were doing outside of what we saw. But yeah. So that's the first thing, and I do think that criticism stands. That yes, she should have been more important because the story did set her up more important. To be more important. That criticism doesn't stand for Orihime, I would say. But she has another issue I have with her. Okay, so the first thing for Sakura was that. The second thing was the romance. I don't know how you feel, but I felt that Naruto, Hinata, Sasuke, and Sakura just weren't done well, right? That's how I feel. One thing I appreciate Naruto compared to Shippuden is that Naruto is talking about the story of himself. Once we get to Narsi, huh? We learn more of the world and its dangers. Yeah, it's very cool. The world does expand in Shippuden, right? Yeah. The second thing again is the romances I felt were kind of done funny. For the main characters, they just weren't done that well. However, I mean, Temari and Shikamaru, I think, was pretty cute. I would say Minato and Kushina was done pretty well as well. And then I don't know if you read the one-shot, the Minato one-shot. That shit was dope. That was the best romance Kishimoto has written. That was amazing. I was looking at it and I was like, holy fuck. That was so cute and adorable and just amazing. Even the writing was great. Yeah. So my issue with the romance is that, again, in that 2000s era, there was a lot of like just one character kinda is a bit too obsessive with the other character and they don't seem to reciprocate much. That is a similar criticism I have for Orihime, but we'll get to that, I guess. As far as the romance part, I mean, people will bring up the scene, and I do kind of agree. The scene where she kind of fakes her confession. My biggest issue with that scene isn't even that she lies to Naruto, is that then she buckles. I don't know if you've seen this, hold on. I saw this recently in the games. Storm, I think it was one of the Storm games. They did that scene a little bit differently, and I think it helps. Storm, Sakura versus Sasuke? Something like that. Oh, the one-shot? It's the Minato one-shot. Kishimoto wrote one for, it's a manga. Kishimoto wrote one for the university. I would say you should, that's definitely a read. It recontextualizes the Rasengan and a lot of the metaphors. It's so good. Naruto, one shot, Minato. It's great. I would recommend that so hard. Yeah, it's like the spiral one. I guess it's a little bit spoiler. We have, yeah, it's this one, right? It gives a bit of backstory on Minato and stuff. It's really good. It's really good. Anyway, I think this is the scene. So in the game, they did it a little bit differently. I can understand Sakura lying to Naruto. I can get that if she wants to take the pain of killing Sasuke by herself at this point. I understand that. But her choking, that's just not good. And that's not the only issue, but okay. So yeah, so this is the scene, right? And in the show, she chokes. She is unable to actually go with it.
Sakura.
Let me see, it's a little bit later. This is pretty similar.
What are you? Sakura.
Right? And she reacts to it, right? Here, Kakashi shows up and saves her. But in the game, she just literally dodges it.
Can't do it?
Which kind of raises her, kind of makes her competence clear, right? She just dodged the Chidori, by the way.
Sasuke,
I'll erase you here.
my voice.
The games do some
reaching
nice
him.
stuff.
His eyes.
And then he shows
see
up
me.
later.
This
Yeah.
isn't the Sasuke I knew anymore. He's become someone who will throw the world into chaos.
Yeah, so more determined, she actually fights him,
Please
right?
let me be the one to.
It's done better. But yeah. So yeah, so overall the romance was done pretty weirdly. And it's also the oops, hold on 1 second. I misclicked my Photoshop. What I want to say? Oh yeah. The romance is done kind of weirdly because Sasuke he has to redeem himself, right? But then they still get together. I just don't like it. I think Sasuke should be the one to chase her, right? Not because he spent all that time chasing him. then by the time in the 5 Kage summits, he should have kind of moved on and just really not trust him and like him at all. Especially since he's been causing so much pain to Naruto as well. So, yeah. And then, like, the way I would kind of rewrite that would be Sasuke by the end has to be the one to chase after her and return the favor a lot. That's how I would say it. Because it does feel really weird. Sasuke does some fucked up shit and then it's just, okay, I guess we get together. I guess he just forgives him, but it doesn't feel right to me, writing-wise. Yeah. Orihime, the first scenes he has, the sun in battle from first ninja. I don't think I remember that. Hold on. I don't think I remember that. The sun in battle from first ninja. I don't think I remember that. Storm. Sun in battle. Is it this one? Is it this one? Oh, that's them. It's been a while since I've seen this.
Tsunade, will you stay out of this?
I mean, the fight was crazy. I love Tsunade. Tsunade's arc is just so well written. It's amazing.
Risk your
like the way she's afraid of blood and the Naruto parallels with her brother and everyone.
In order to protect my home, the village hidden in the leaves.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let me just kind of first see this and then we'll talk about the Sasuke
village.
Okay, so...
Because this lowly little genin. Asani!
Let's get started, shall we?
As of today, we are Sani no more! Let's fight!
Oh shit. Wait, so this is how it starts? It just starts fighting the snake? I don't remember this, goddamn.
Sorry.
Is this summon shit?
What's finished already?
Oh no, it's already summoned. Oh, I understand. And the Stone games are really satisfying. They really make you feel like you actually playing the fucking Mario. I wanna see the cute Oh shit, goddamn. She's a lot. Oh shit. But yeah, about the Sasuke stuff, like he's trying to redeem himself, but is being a loner the best way to redeem yourself? Especially if he's trying to redeem Sakura's love. Wouldn't the actual better way be him being there and trying to chase after her in a way? I don't think I played this. I think I played Zone 2. I think I played maybe the first game. I don't remember actually. I mean, her fucking decking and piecing up Orochimaru was so cool in the anime.
You will rot
okay. Orochimaru's creepy ass,
Katsu, let's go! Here I go!
Having a whole kaiju battle here, right?
Get in my belly! Tsunade, get back! One up! Oil!
think this wasn't the anime, right? This combo they did. I think it was the first time we saw this combo. The scale up to this point is so cool to see, like 3 Sunnings fight each other. Even though they're all nerfed technically in this point. Holy explosion, man, what the hell? Yeah, he gets burned and then...
Don't lose concentration.
Yeah. He saved his snake and his skin. What the hell? God damn, it went far away. That scale was crazy. Gonna piss him up. The scale is bigger than the show. Ooh, okay, that was a cool pose. It's cool. I think then you have the story points, right? Yeah. Yeah, the scale was much bigger. It made the snake seem way bigger than it was in the show. But yeah. Yeah, that was dope. The games that like they look really fucking good. Like you really feel like you're playing the game, the show. Yeah. So yeah, so basically to expand a bit on Sasuke, yeah, him, like the way I would think of it is Sakura should not have the motivation to chase after Sasuke ever. That's how I feel. Like the story should have been kind of went a different direction with them earlier. And then, like, here's like an idea, I guess. Let's say between the last and the movies and after the show, right? Sasuke is a wanderer. And then sometimes he gets put on missions that Sakura is around. And then they keep meeting during these missions. Maybe they're looking for some Otsutsuki stuff, right? And then he slowly is able to gain Sakura's trust back. Right? Because again, I think it does look cute. When Sasuke in the end of the show, he does the little flick to Sakura, right? It does look cute. The reason it looks cute is because he now finally turns it back, right? He kind of returns the affection. It's the same with Naruto. When like we get to see his perspective from the start, right? In the fight, Naruto and Sasuke fight, the second one. We see his perspective from the start, how he actually cared about Naruto. Like he gets to return it now. And that's how I feel. I think that romance just doesn't make sense from Sakura's POV. It feels very like one-sided. And I would say it's the same issue with Orihime. Now, hey, I'm just gonna put it out there, okay? My favorite Bleach character is Rukia. I love Rukia, okay? I love Rukia. She's my favorite. And even the friendship. Hello, Sontrin, what's up? We just been yapping about Naruto and some shit for now. I forgot to play the game a bit. Yeah, what was I saying about Bleach? About Orihime? Oh yeah. Hey Sontrim, have you seen Naruto or Bleach or anything? Or have you played this game, I guess? Okay, so yeah, Orihime. What was I saying? I forgot. Oh yeah, big Rukia fan. My favorite character, right? In the show. And my favorite part of Bleach is literally the dynamic Rukia and Ichigo have, even as a friendship. I think it's great. Now, I think the way it was written early on, I kind of thought the romance was gonna go other ways. I thought Uryu and Orihime were gonna be a thing in the first arc, right? In the Soul Society arc. And I thought Rukia and Ichigo were gonna be a thing. I don't know. And then, how should I put it? Like Orihime, her first scene where she unlocks her powers is super raw. Like it's really cool with Tatsuki where she saves her. And then she gets to protect her now, unlike how it was before. But later, I mean, Kubo decided to make her more... Unlike Sakura, I don't think Orihime was supposed to be as much of a fighter. and she wasn't supposed to be getting all these big fights. I do think Chad kinda got shafted though, but Orihime not so much, because I think her purpose was different in the show. But I do feel she feels a little bit too one-tone, like a little bit too obsessed, and it doesn't help that basically Ichigo kinda doesn't return the romantic side of feelings. So yeah, I don't know. It's like there's a lot of just Because if you think about it, right? Like you brought up earlier that she's no longer afraid of the mask, right? I think that whole thing doesn't make sense for her character. If you remember early on, like the first time we see Orihime, it's with her brother, right, in the anime. It's those like 2 episodes, I think, early on. I think his name is Sora, if I remember correctly. Orihime's brother. Hold on, let me pull it up. I think his name is Sora, if I remember correctly. Orihime brother. I think his name is like Sora. It's this guy, right? Like he literally eats her. I just don't think it makes sense for Orihime to be scared of Ichigo's mask later on, when he's fighting Grimjaw. It just doesn't make sense to me. Because she literally is willing to do this for her brother, right? And her brother is not only holofied, he's trying to kill her and kind of being like almost abusive, I guess. But I mean, he's a holo, right? He's not really human anymore. He's just gone. He's mental. He's trying to eat her, kill her, you know, threaten her friends. Whereas Ichigo is saving her, and Ichigo literally just has one mask. Ichigo holo mask. Or just Grimjaw, I guess. Like he looks super humanoid. Where is it? Like, yeah, like here, right? Like he looks super humanoid. So her being scared of this, I just don't. I have a good Orihime video if you would like to see. What video? Hold on. I have a good Orihime video if you would like to see. What video? 1 second, let me check. Okay, you know what? Let me just change the title to talking about anime or stuff. Okay, you know what? Because I'm just gonna yap now. Anime or stuff. Because I'm just gonna yap now. Okay. Okay, so where were we? Yeah, you can send the link. Hold on. Did you make this video or do you have someone where were we? Some video? Yeah, you can send the link. Hold on. Did you make this video or do you have someone some video? How do I check channels? Okay. Okay. Were you for the Sontrin? Were you for do you want to watch the game? I was just yapping and shit. Because I got started, you know. We can talk about BG3 as well if you want. I played the game once, and now I'm basically just kind of replaying it after a few years. I know there's a lot of new shit. Have you played this game before? And yeah, what was I talking about, Orihime? I was yapping. Yeah, and then I feel like because it doesn't return her the favor to Ichigo, the scene where she's like, you know, fuck, it's so interesting. 700 hours played is crazy. That's crazy. Damn. I'm like that with Witcher. I've played The Witcher multiple times. But Baldur's Gate, I've played. How many hours did I put? I think I did mostly everything in my first playthrough. Must have been over 100 hours for sure. It was really fun. So yeah, I kind of waited for the patches, and then I was like, you know what? I haven't tried the Dark Urge run. I'll try the Dark Urge. I don't know a lot of the Dark Urge stuff. I kind of forgot a lot of the things as well. So yeah. Who did you romance? Who is your romance? Every time I feel like, oh, I'm gonna try to romance someone else, it's always shadowheart. It just is. I don't know. Too much of a shadowheart sim. And yeah. far as Orihime, what was I saying about Orihime again? I was saying something else. I want to make another point. Oh yeah, about the scene. I guess if you find the video, we'll talk about it. Shadowheart first? Yep. Sounds reasonable. Yep. 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 Shadowheart first? Yep. Sounds reasonable. Karlach is great as well. Karlach is great as well. Just I think in my first playthrough I was between Shadowheart and Karlach. And I think if I remember I did throw the bottle at Karlach and then got a kiss. But also in my first playthrough I wasn't playing honor mode, you know? Yeah, I'm waiting. We're chilling. We're just yapping now. Yeah, I wasn't playing honor mode, so I would just sit there and just save scam like crazy. Yeah, I wasn't playing honor mode, so I would just sit there and just... The hardest part of honor mode isn't really the difficulty, it's not being able to get all the points with Shadowheart, you know? The hardest part of honor mode isn't really the difficulty, it's... That's actually rough. To get all the points with Shadowheart, you know? Yep. That's actually rough. Yeah. Oh, you use mods to date with every companion? Damn, that's right. Yeah, because it doesn't let you date multiple, right? Although, if you pick, if I remember, Astarion and Shadowheart are kind of open, you know? They on that freaky time, so... That's one way around it, I guess, but not really. Yeah. That's one way around it, I guess, but not really. Yeah, the only mods I'm using right now, I think, if I remember, I'm using the mod where you can get multiple party members. And I'm also using the other mod, the one where you can like pick, what is it called? The clothing one, or one of the clothing ones where you get like different drip and shit. But I forget, I don't remember what it is. Orihime far from useless by what? What? Okay, hold on. Yeah, like the useless argument is usually, for most stuff, it's kind of hard to... It's kind of rare where I will agree for characters being useless as a criticism. Usually it's other things that people are not actually expressing properly. This one? Is it this one? This one? What the what? Because he might have changed the title now. What the what? Right. Okay, so since I saw this thumbnail as well, okay, I remember the other problem. Yeah, it's a little bit weird, I feel. Orihime's sexualization is a little bit weird. Like a bit too much. I would say, you know? Okay.
The festival of
I don't
Tanabata
think I've
recalls the
seen this.
legend
I've
of
seen
Kiru
some
Shakujo,
videos of another
also
YouTuber,
known as the cowherd and the weaver girl.
but not this guy.
It's a legend shared
Morihime,
across
yeah.
China, Korea, and Japan that tells the story of Orihime and Hikoboshi, the names that are
Orihime is
represented
like
by the
a
stars Vega and
folktale,
Altair,
right?
respectively.
In Japan.
These two lovers were separated by
Princess.
circumstance and the river of Amanogawa, only allowed to meet on the 7th day of the 7th month, connected by a bridge of magpies that came together in response to Orihime's tears, driven by a desire that filled them with faith that they would eventually meet again. However, if it rains on this day, the river will rise too much, preventing the bridge from connecting the two and delaying their meeting
like
for
they
yet
wouldn't
another
say
year.
anything.
This rain is known as the tear of Orihime and Hikoboshi. Interestingly enough, rain also plays a thematic role throughout the story of Taikeido's
Yeah, I don't want to
Bleach.
like just kind of steal the content, right? Too hardcore. So we can kind of look at these scenes, I guess. I feel like this first part is peak. Like the backstory with her brother is pretty good, I would say. And then the scene later where she protects fuck, what is it called? Is her name? Tameki? Fuck, I forget her name. The other chick. Where is it? Somewhere around here. Probably somewhere early. But yeah, where she protects the thing, where she protects her friend, it's really good. When she awakens her powers, right? It's super dope. And the music is clean with it, you know? I think Chad's awakening was also really cool, right? It was also really cool. Yeah. Yeah. So again, so here's the interesting thing I would say, right? Because he doesn't return the favor a lot, and this is again a pretty common thing in the 2000s with a lot of the characters back then. You would have this one-sided love, like infatuation. It makes this scene. You might have heard this before, this criticism before. I kind of do agree with that scene. Maybe you haven't. I don't know. It's about the scene where she goes. Yeah, it's this one. It's literally this one. Where she goes into his room, but she's kind of like a ghost at this point, right? Well, she's not exactly a ghost, but kind of like this scene. I guess, yeah. It is kind of creepy because the problem is this. Okay, fuck it. I kind of start from the start, okay? I feel like the romance really leaned towards Rukia and Ichigo at the start, and then Orihime and Uryu. I don't know if you remember those scenes, because Uryu was blushing and stuff, and then it was just kind of forgotten in the second and third and fourth arc. It was just kind of dropped. But if you remember, Uryu would blush a lot around her, and it felt like they were heading that route, which I think was gonna be pretty interesting, right? Because at least it just felt more interesting. So I think he showed this scene where she's crying, right? Like this scene. Hold on, is this the scene where? No, this is later. Before this, yeah. So before this, Ichigo was having the troubles with the hollow mask, right? He was like really insecure about it. Like his mental was really bad. I think it's around. Yeah, it's literally this. There we go. Literally this scene.
It's Ichigo rest.
And yeah, that's it, right? When Rukia comes back. So I don't know if you remember, he gets slapped around by Yami, right? And then what happens? He gets very depressed because he can't control his mask and his hollow powers. So he feels really bad, right? And then what happens? Orihime tries to help him, nothing. Rukia comes back, one scene, and she just fixes him. He literally gets fixed.
It isn't Orihime,
right?
But Rukia, the one who changed his world.
This scene.
She forces him to move and gets Ichigo to express his regret to Orihime.
Yeah. She fixes him and then picks him up and tells him to apologize to Orihime. And then what does Orihime see? She's like, oh shit. Because so far, Rukia has been there for Ichigo constantly. Sees his mask in the video. Yeah, I guess we'll check that out after I make my point and then we'll see. It's here, right? We'll see this here. Maybe I have missed something, I don't know. But the way I feel is that the setups were there for Rukia and Ichigo, and that Orihime wasn't really able to help Ichigo much. There was only one scene, which was, again, about saving Rukia early on in the show. And then up until, like, the third arc, with the Fullbringers, she just isn't able to move Ichigo. And she can see that too, right? Everyone around them thinks Rukia and Ichigo might be a thing. I don't know if you remember that. Even his parents and his sisters think that. Everyone at school teases them about it. And then, most importantly, yeah, Renji too. Okay, there is another issue I have with Bleach as well. About the first introductions. That's for Renji, for Kenpachi. There's a couple of issues there where if you literally just scrap the first scene they show up in, the characters work way better. I like Renji. Remember, I also like Orihime, right? Again, I do feel like though this criticism does kind of land for me. Okay, yeah. Anyway, to continue, right? So she's here, right? She's shocked. And then she cries to Rangiku. Now, people forget that scene because it's like just fully sexualized too much, right? I think Rangiku is naked or him is naked, something like that. But she's literally crying because she sees that Rukia and Ichigo have a bond that she doesn't have with him, right? She thinks Ichigo likes Rukia.
It was Rukia and not
And then Rukia
Orihime.
tries to talk to her, right?
Why?
But it doesn't
Orihime
really
in
work.
some sense was jealous of the relationship Ichigo and Rukia
Yeah.
had.
And he agreed with
Orihime
it.
was only able to sympathize with Ichigo through their shared pain, but never stood at his side as a combative equal like Rukia could.
Also, yeah, you're right about the Renji thing, right? It's just if you go back and you look at all the polls, and if you reread it with the... I don't know if you watch any rom-com at all, but sometimes there's these setups where just a look or just something a character says is like, okay, this is where we kind of going, right? It's like a setup, like a hint. You know what I mean? And sometimes things, I mean, writers change their minds, right? Like mangakas kind of come up with the stories as they go. So obviously I feel very sympathetic to them, right? These guys barely sleep, you know? These guys sleep like 4 hours a day and have to come up with a story every week. Like that sounds like a nightmare to do. It's so difficult. And they have to draw. I can't draw for shit. You know? But yeah. So here's the problem, right? She cries because she feels Rukia and Ichigo are so close. Rukia is able to help him every time and so fast. And she can't. She doesn't have that chemistry with him. And remember, if you're Orihime and Ichigo is living with this chick, right, with Rukia, she was in his fucking closet for months in the same room, right? Like from the POV of someone that is seeing that, it's like, what the fuck? There's no way they're not dating or something, right? Like that's how you would feel. But the point is that, okay, she's jealous, of course, okay, fair enough. But that changes the scene later, right? Where she goes into his apartment. Because now she knows he's not, he doesn't like her, right? That's how she feels. It's important to know what she thinks. She thinks Ichigo doesn't like her and he likes Rukia. So for her to try to kiss him, first of all, she's going into his apartment where he didn't let her in, doesn't know she's there, and she tries to kiss him. That just doesn't flow well, you know? I don't know if you've seen like... So I recently rewatched like Snow White, right? And it's actually a little bit less, not this one, the old one. It's a little bit less creepy because I think it's implied. This is something most people don't notice. It's implied that Snow White and the prince knew each other and they were already a thing. So trying to kiss someone while they're sleeping, it's not creepy when you're already dating or something, right? It is creepy when it's one-sided. But not only that, Orihime isn't even delusional. She doesn't even think that he likes her. She thinks he likes Rukia at that point, regardless of whether she's right or wrong. So it just doesn't work. Now, all of that to say, this is why I said it was complicated. These lines right here, this panel, and the lines she uses, this is really well written. Right? So a scene can have two things simultaneously. It cannot work for the story, but some part of the writing can be really well done. Like it's really cute how she says, if I remember correctly, this is like, if there were like multiple universes, in each universe, every single version of myself would fall in love with you, right? It's pretty cute, pretty nicely done. It's pretty well written, I would say. Yeah, so it's complicated, you know? I do think it doesn't really work and it kind of crashes in itself, but the line is well written. Anyway, Now let's go and see the mask thing, right? Because you talked about the mask. So maybe I just don't remember things well. But I did feel like it didn't make sense. He'll say that right there as well. What did he say? Do you mean about the mask or do you mean about the thing we just talked about? This part? Do you want me to let this play? What do you think? About the thing we just talked about? This part? Because maybe I missed something, you know? Sometimes you miss it and your whole thought process was wrong. I do think that the setups were pointing to Rukia and Ichigo. And then they were dropped, right? Okay, so let's go a little bit behind and hear it. Yeah, I remember this part. This part is cute, like the lines are well written. Almost poetic. Kubo has some nice poetic stuff in the manga as well. Like he likes to put in poems.
5回とも違う町に生まれて5回とも違うものをお腹いっぱい食べて5回とも違う仕事してそれで5回とも
Yeah, like this is a good line, but it just doesn't work here because of the context.
同じ人を好きになる
Right? Because now imagine if she knew that Ichigo, imagine if they were dating here already actually. Then it feels a lot better. Right? Like they're dating, they're together, they both like each other. It doesn't really feel creepy at that point. And it works. Because what she's doing is like she's kind of sacrificing herself for the group, right? So yeah. And again, the other part is this. The line doesn't hit as well. Because this is like a star-crossed lovers thing, right? Hold on. Again. When it comes to romance, again, I'm a big time. What is the meme? Shipping daughter. I'm both the power scaling son and the shipping daughter. I'm the worst of the worst. What is it called? Star-crossed lovers, right? The thing about star-crossed lovers is that both people kind of have to be a thing, you know? So, I don't know if you've seen Sailor Moon, right? One of my favorite scenes in Sailor Moon is... I think that is the premise because, yeah, it shows her sacrifice and that she is not always innocent or wrong for that matter. She's not always innocent. Oh, fuck, okay, sorry, my mind is going into like 3,000 things. Because the line you just said, right? Kind, but not always innocent. I don't know if you've seen Oregairu. That's literally Yui. Yui, right? Yui is very selfish. And it's the archetype you're talking about, right? But my thing is this. I don't think the story made it seem like Orihime had that selfishness in her. Because if you remember, here's why. If you remember later, she was so kind to her tormentors, right? Those other two girls, I'm pretty sure they're probably somewhere here. The ones that bullied her, right? Her thing was like, she's like ultra nice person, right? I don't quite agree with that. But let me just gonna see this. Maybe he has another argument. Let me actually hear it. I'll let him give some arguments. Okay, this is the scene. Let me hear what he says.
And with the tear of Orihime falling on his face, and a note that said goodbye halcyon days, she was gone. A goodbye to the joyful days of happiness and comfort, causing Ichigo greater pain than ever before.
Well, it's okay, that's kind of relative. I don't know if it was greater than ever before. Because he was crashing out at multiple parts. And I would say the worst Ichigo has felt was later in the third arc, when he didn't have the power. And he wasn't able to protect people, right? I would say Ichigo's main thing is like his protecting ability. He feels very useless and guilty over his mother and stuff, right? I mean, like, innocent as in C2 has human feelings, impulses, edges, problems, etc. Yeah, of course, he's a kid, right? Even though she can shield and heal, she's still not perfect. Yeah, of course. Of course, that's not my problem at all. Again, I just think that the story would have worked better if Kubo committed to Orihime and Uryu, because you could write that in a way where both of them start to realize they like each other, and you just commit with Rukia and Ichigo. Or, if you don't want to do the Rukia Ichigo and you want to have Ichigo and Orihime, you can't be having these jealous aspects, I think, as much. At least not here. Not in this scene. Because it feels creepy otherwise, right? I was gonna talk about something, yeah, now that I remember, about the Sailor Moon stuff, right? So, Tuxedo Mask. Let me see if I can find it on YouTube. I don't know if you've seen Sailor Moon. This might shock you a bit, but it's actually a little bit edgier than people think. It's a little bit edgier. When I rewatched this scene, it was crazy. So, but there's a reason why this actually works a little bit, and why her killing herself here, doing something like this drastic, works. So the way it works, Sailor Moon, Usagi, and Tuxedo Mask, they were a prince and princess on the moon, right? And then they died. Oh yeah, mostly. Okay, so then you might be familiar with what I'm saying. So yeah, wait, how old are you? I'm like 26. How old are you? Because you might be older or younger than me. I don't know. So yeah, so Tuxedo Mask and Usagi, or Mamoru, I guess, and Usagi, they were in love like 1,000 years ago, and then they got reincarnated and they fall in love again, right? But both of them like each other. It's reciprocated. If you're gonna do the star-crossed lovers, I'll be 34. Okay, so then you know this shit better than me. You probably watched the old one, or maybe you this is the new Sailor Moon thing. Yeah, this scene. Now, okay, side note, Sailor Moon has some nice moments, some okay moments, it's okay. It has some cool moments. I love this scene. It's just so, just surprising. I think it's done really well. But yes, it basically just, so Mamoru becomes, no, never rewatched or finished, okay. So Mamoru basically becomes controlled by the villain, and it gets pretty dire. So Usaki can't handle killing him, right? She has to kill him. Sailor Mars though, Ray, yeah. Yeah. So she has to kill Mamoru, right? Her star-crossed lover, her partner. And she can't handle that, right? So as she kills him, she grabs the sword. You can see he's kind of like, he has the red eyes, he's manipulated. She slices him and then turns. Fuck, it's a really good scene, actually. I feel like the directing is really well done. Let me see if I can find. Whatever, we'll just watch this. Actually, it's 28, it's 240p, but it's whatever. Who cares? So she slices him, right? And then I think it's done pretty cute. But the reason this works is because both of them like each other, and their love literally transcended their lives. Right? They got reincarnated and then fell in love again. So her doing something this drastic where she kills him, can't stand to be without him, and then kills herself while kissing him, right? It can work because they are star-crossed lovers. And the primary part is that they both like each other, right? I think that scene with Orihime doing that just doesn't work as well unless the people both like each other, like, directly. So like I said, right, I felt like the story was pointing one way. Whatever, you can have a story where Ichigo and Rukia are just friends, that's fine. But I just think if you're gonna do this scene, I would say Ichigo and Orihime need to clearly like each other, and they both need to know that, right? So this line works perfectly if they both like each other, and they both know it, right? It's like a long-winded answer. Let me just
Orihime's
hear him a
ability
bit
to
more.
connect with others through shared grief, longing, and sorrow that makes her character so necessary for Ichigo. But what else is notable is that the same must be done to her. Not physically, but emotionally in order for her to open up. This is why her connection to the nihilistic Okiura is so potent in developing her and Ichigo. Okiura doesn't hide anything to keep others from being hurt like they do, because he doesn't comprehend emotion, much less.
Yeah, he didn't seem to talk about this part as much, I guess. For sure, there was no build-up or reciprocation at times. It was just a side war that surprised everyone. Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. It's about setups, right? That's what I think about a lot of the time. And also, it felt bad, right? So sometimes there's the rhetorics that as a writer you can do, where you can make characters not hated, right? So for example, you could make the Sakura thing where she gives the letter and she lies to Naruto. You could make that work, but you have to know that even when you do it well, it will get people mad, right? So you have to play it carefully sometimes, you know? Yeah. Now it didn't work for Sakura, but anyway, that my point is that basically if you give characters unlikable traits, you have to be careful with how you do it. You better, you know, fulfill the setup. Otherwise you have problems. But yeah. Yeah. So again, this was my frustration, right? With Orihime. Because I felt if you drop the romance between Orihime and Ichigo, I feel like the character is much more interesting then. This is more consistent. Because this Sukiura stuff was pretty good, you know? Yeah. And then I think there was one more thing I wanted to talk about here. I don't remember. No. Yeah, like if you think about the amount of times or Rukia saves Ichigo, it's actually insane. It's so overloaded. Like she saves him in the first episode, where he literally owes his family's lives to her, right? And then she saves him by giving him the powers to protect people, which satisfies his main character arc, or just his main dimension as a character. And then you have her like saving him from his despair as a hollow we saw earlier. Then remember, when they go after Orihime, she also gives him a talking to again. Because I think Ichigo, Uryu, and Chad leave first. And then Rukia had to lie to the Soul Reapers to get with Renji, and so that they can go help Orihime. So she just gives him pep talk after pep talk. She just pushes him over and over and over again. And then think about it, right? In the third arc, right? After Ichigo thinks literally every single person is against him, right? In the Rukia gives Ichigo powers again, right? After he literally thinks, this is the third arc. Is it this scene? Yeah, it's this scene. Yeah. Like in this scene, he's so in despair. He doesn't have his purpose, which is to help people. And then, if you remember, the villains in this arc manipulate people's memories. So everyone Ichigo knows, all of them forget him, right? They all lose their memory of him. Fuck. Okay, well, yeah, I guess you saw it. He spoiled it. Then he turns his head. He gets stabbed, right? He turns his head and he sees his father and Ukitake. And he thinks they are also betraying him and forgotten their memories. So now he literally thinks his family, everyone in the world, Orihime and Shad included, don't know him. At the peak of his despair, this is the saddest he's been. And it's once again Rukia, who wasn't there for the whole arc, and she just gives him his power and his will back. Right? You don't see Rukia the whole arc, and she just saves him again. Also, I love her hair here. It looks so good. Right? Like, it's so good. But that's my thing as well. If you want to make people kind of head to the Orihime direction, you give Rukia way too many of the, like, good scenes. You know what I mean? Like, you just give her too much. But yeah. Again, it's all about setups, basically. Like, I mean, people might not agree with me on that. That's fine, I guess. That's how I feel. I feel it's usually about setups. What was there first, what was kind of followed up on, and what wasn't. But yeah, I still like Orihime though. I think she has some nice moments in the show. And again, it is very impressive, you know, to be making a shonen anime and all this shit on 4 hours of sleep every day, and to have to draw while making a story for a decade, right? And to have to draw while making a story for a decade, right? And I will always say Bleach seems to make more a difference, harder choices for females than Naruto. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, for example, Rukia. Again, I'm a big Rukia glazer, right? I'm a big Rukia glazer. She's my favorite character in the show. I think Rukia was one of the few characters. Like, what other shonen character that was a woman did you have where she was basically a deuteragonist, right? She has almost as much screen time and importance to the show as Sasuke does to Naruto, right? She's the second main character. Oregairu. Oh, the thing I wanted to say about Oregairu is Yui is the nice chick that people think she's only nice, but she also has the evil, like that arc is not the evil, the selfish archetype. That aspect is explored, for example, here. But anyway, it was like a good example for what I was talking about earlier. Yeah. As far as how women are written, I don't know. So for Naruto, you have Sakura, who had a really, really good arc. And it was looking to be brilliant writing, but it just fell a bit. And it was just kind of okay by the end. Tsunade is amazing. People will look at the boobs and stuff, but just in such a short amount of time, in just one arc, she has so much depth to her character. It's so good. Her writing is so unique, so well done. Who else? I like Tamari. I think Hinata was okay. She could have had a bit more. But Hinata is another one, right? I love Hinata. I'm pretty sure when I was a kid, I had a crush on Hinata as well. Because I didn't watch Bleach when I was a kid, right? I watched it when like a few years back. But I can still say that Hinata, looking back, kind of didn't have as much as she could have, you know? Again, none of these characters are bad, but they had more potential, you know? That's how I feel. I don't think the cast got softed the way people think it did. As far as Bleach, I mean, Rukia is just so good. I love Rukia, you know? I'm just a big, like, Rukia fan. Like, I want you to think about it, right? Rukia in the first arc has, like, 3 backstories. 3 different backstories. One is her backstory with Renzi in the fields. One is with Byakuya, right? And the other is with fuck, what is his name? The Kain guy. Is it Siba? I forget. Kain Siba? Kain, right? Yeah. This guy. She had 3 backstories in that arc. Not only written but just fan base, or I think for some reason the roster for women come to mind before Naruto, even though Naruto Shippuden is my fave. I can see why you would feel that, because I mean Yoruichi is pretty well written as well, although again, I don't know. There is this problem with a lot of anime and stuff where the sexualization does get a bit in the way, you know? Like, I like Yoruichi, but there's a lot of scenes where it's just, I feel like it kind of detracts from her. Like the famous panel, you know, you probably know the famous panel, where she's just a cat and she's, I think we saw this in the anime. The anime did it a bit better. I didn't feel it as badly. It was better, I think, in the anime. Who else? I guess Rangiku. I like Rangiku. Again, highly sexualized, but I think she's fine. Mostly because of how the Gin story went. Like the Gin stuff, bro, the Gin stuff is so big. Dude, that whole part, I wish I could just, you know, surgically remove people's brains and just give them all the context needed for that like 10 to 20 episode stretch in the Aizen arc, where Aizen rolls in, you know, kills Tozen and well, he doesn't kill Haribel, and then from there, Aizen talking all that shit. It's so funny and so well written. And he's so evil, but he's so funny, and he's so cool. But he's so evil, right? And then all the way up to the end of that arc, right? I could just put those 20 or so episodes into everyone's brains. It's such peak, you know? The Gin stuff was so good. Like, it was so good. Like, I wanted him, because you have Gin, who's the snake, and you have Orochimaru, who's the snake, right? Like, it was so good. Like, I wanted him, because you have Gin, who's the snake, and you have Orochimaru. But, yeah. Like, I like how... what was I saying? Yeah, instead of just being like Orochimaru, which is basically evil for most of the show, Gin was just, you know, a turncoat, right? Yeah, I wanted that to happen, and it happened. When he opens his eyes, holy shit, it's so good, bro. It's so good. It's so big. True, there are more proportions in Bleach compared to Tsunade and Sarui, which is bigger, believe it or not. Yeah, but that also depends on how the animators were feeling that day, right? But also it does feel a little bit less bad when it's Tsunade or Yoruichi, you know, older woman, versus Orihime or Hinata, I think, got a couple of weird panels. But that's I think that's in the anime though. I don't think Ishimoto sexualized Hinata, I think. But I don't know. I don't remember. It is a bit much though, because it can just take away a little bit from... Like, it's one thing to have sexual stuff. Like, I love The Witcher, right? There's a lot of sexual scenes in The Witcher. But there's sometimes you can make them pretty well, you know? I'm not gonna show the scene, because, you know. But in The Witcher 2, there's this tree scene. Now again, I think Triss is not the right choice at all, but I feel like the scene and the directing is pretty well done. Triss scene. I'm just gonna say the scene, and it's probably pop up. Yep, it did. YouTube understands. I'm just gonna say why I like this. Let's just kind of skim through. So they fall into this place. I like the aesthetic of the place, of course. And then they just do the thing, right? The music is great in this scene, first of all. The directing is pretty interesting. And then they just cut in the middle of it to a poem. So while Geralt and Triss are doing stuff, there's also a poem being spoken, you know? There's ways to do sexual stuff in a more interesting way. It's just sometimes you can take away. But yeah. Now besides Tsunade and Sarui is the blonde lady, right? From the Raikage squad, I believe. From the Raikage village, right? If I remember correctly, Sarui, right? I mean, I can just pull her up, I guess. Sarui? Is it Sarui? Haruto. No, Samui, right? I think it's Samui, because Samui means cold. Yeah. It's this chick. Yeah. To be fair, she's not doesn't have a lot of screen time, right? She's more of a minor character. Yeah. Yeah, Samui means I think cold, right? In Japanese. Yeah, what I wanna say, I had another thought. Yeah, besides them, I mean, I don't know, maybe Anko, but I don't think Anko design, unless we're talking like filler and stuff. I'm sure in the filler there's a lot more sexualization. Okay, what the? Okay, I didn't expect the Boruto image, bro. Okay, I do think it's kind of fair. This is another criticism. I feel like some of the criticisms for Boruto are more fair. Like, why did you take all the drip away from so many of the characters in Boruto? Like, do we really need this? Like, why? Why? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess you could say the fistnet is one thing. I don't know. It's not that sexualized when you actually look at it, right? Like, I would say Tsunade and Samui, basically, but who else is sexualized in Naruto? I can't think of anyone. I don't think Kurenai is really sexualized, I wouldn't say, right? She was Bay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like the other one, the Gara one. Why? Why? Why would you do this to my boy Gara, bro? Yeah, Mitsukage, to be fair, she's getting older, right? To be fair. It's more defendable, right? You know what I mean? Gara Boruto. like why are we doing this? Like, why are we doing this? Just keep the hair. Just keep the hair. You know what I mean? Like, also, why does Temari look this young? There is something sus about the artist that makes the Boruto stuff. It is a little bit sus. I'm not gonna lie. Some of the stuff the Boruto artist does, a little bit sus. Anyway. Yeah. I would say some of the Boruto criticisms are more warranted. Again, it's the direction you take. I guess Mitsukage. Oh wait, did you mean Mitsukage for the other guy? Or did you mean Mei? Oh yeah, you were talking about sexualization, right? Yeah, Mei a little bit. Okay, what the fuck? This isn't from the show. I don't think this panel is from the show. Yeah, okay, Mei kind of, yeah. Yeah, sure. But remember, Mei and Samui come in very late. Like in the 5 Kage summit, right? Before that, who is there even? Like Granny Chio? I don't think Chio was sexualized. I don't think there's many characters that are sexualized later, right? Or before that. But yeah, it's definitely fewer than Bleach, I would say. But maybe I'm just maybe, I don't know. You have Rangiku, Yoruichi, and Orihime. Who else is sexualized? In the anime or in the manga? Like in the canon stuff, not in the filler stuff, right? Because in the filler they sexualize everyone. Who else is in Bleach that is sexualized? I don't think there was anyone there. Besides those 3. Oh, never mind. The whole final arc, right? Wait, Haribel. Never mind. There are more, right? A lot of the villains are sexualized. Like Haribel for sure. And some of her squad. What is that one guy's name that Ikaku fights? That guy is very sexualized as well. And in the final arc, the little lollies. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Okay, here's another Blitz take. Right? Here's another blitz take, okay? Bomber guy in arc. Wait, sister to bomber guy? Here's another. Which one you're talking about? Bomber guy? Blitz? I'm not sure who you're talking about. Oh shit! Okay. She just popped up. You mean, yeah, that is true. Yeah, I do think there's more characters for sure in Bleach. Like it's sexualized compared to Naruto. I wanted to say something, but I forgot. Oh yeah, a Blitz take. Yeah. Here's another Blitz take. I think the Sternitor, especially in the manga, I don't know if you read the manga. The manga was kind of rushed in the end. There was plenty of problems with the manga. Apparently there were health issues, I believe, or something like that. For Kubo, he kind of had to cut it early. But anyway, there were plenty of problems in the end, so yeah. But I didn't like the Sternitor in the manga. And even in the anime a little bit. I do think the anime helps a lot of it. The problem with the Sternitor is that so many of them are just kind of there. Yeah, come on, right? Just seeing her explains everything. Yep. Yeah. Like the problem with these guys, right? Let me kind of find a nice picture. Especially in the manga. I do think it helped in the anime quite a bit. For some of them. But it's like, most of these guys, can you even name them? Like, they're not that important. And their designs feel annoying. They kind of just feel there. They're like very weak written with villains. They're just kind of there. This guy should have had more. He probably get more in the anime. This guy was okay, but he was more on the meme side. I like the main four, like the main squad he has. So there's a few that were done well. The guy that Rukia and Byakuya fights, that guy was done pretty well. But I feel a lot of the Sternitor were not done well. It feels like instead of, you know how like you had the Fracciones, Zanpakuto Awakening arc? Zanpakuto Awakening arc? What do you mean? Is that the filler one? Which one are you talking about? Don't remember the official names for these arcs. You mean the filler arc, right? I think for Bleach, I only checked out like a couple of the filler movies, and I think I skimmed through some of the filler episodes. I think this arc is this arc is filler, right? Anyway, it felt like some of these Sternitor were kind of like the Fracciones, right? There were just too many villains, you know? Oh, were the Zanpakuto going to a physical form? Yeah, I think I skimmed through that arc a bit. Yeah, it's a filler one, I think. Although Kubo... Oh, fuck, Fractiones. Bleach. It actually gave me some math. Holy shit. Yeah, it's like these guys, right? Like, these guys are very forgettable. This guy is rememberable. You probably might remember this. But these guys were kind of just there to give some cool moments to the lieutenants, right? And they just weren't that interesting to me. A lot of these villains felt really weak characters, you know? They felt very weak. And then even some of the main Espada didn't feel that good, right? Like Zomari, I feel like was not really that impressive. Aroniero, it's not that Aroniero was a character. That guy was just there for Rukia to get more on her character. Again, Rukia is the first one to kill, what do you call it? Espada, right? Again, a lot of... I really like Rukia. I'm a big simp for Rukia. Yeah, I mean, this character was made so that you could give Rukia some more depth as well. Like, even more. Like, you just stuck more development to Rukia. And it was there to just give more to Kaien as well, right? It wasn't really for Aaron Niero. You also had Zomari. I like the scientist guy, especially because he comes back. And yeah, anyway, there's a lot of the characters. That's how I felt about a lot of the Stern Return. Just too many characters. And in the manga, Ikaku, the other guy with Ikaku, right? A lot of the lieutenants don't get their character moments. I believe what is the name? What is his name? Shinji. Shinji, right? Not this one. I need to watch that show as well. Bleach. Like, this guy doesn't really get his Bankai in the manga. He gets it in the anime. The rest of his group also get kind of shafted. It's like there were already so many characters that needed to get their arcs fulfilled. So then you introduced another 20 villains. It's literally like 24, 26 villains. And now these guys need to also fulfill their arcs. So the story will just get so bloated. You need so much more time now to make these characters good, right? Even the anime won't be able to fix all of that, but I think the anime kind of focused on the right parts. On the main guys, right? It helped the Zero Squad, it helped a lot of characters. So yeah. Yeah. Alright. What else? Let me see. Yeah, that's basically it. We talked about this a lot. Let's play a little bit more now, shall we? A little bit more of Baldur's Gate before I end the stream. Let's play a little bit more now. We yapped on enough. Enough. Character investment for everyone. Lol, it's like picking your favorite Pokemon. One sec. I crashed. Okay, we're back. We back. Where were we? Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, we're gonna play a little bit more. You were saying about character investment for everyone. It's like picking your favorite Pokemon. Yeah. That's like the hardest part, right? Because when you're writing the characters, you need to think about how everyone fits together. And it's very easy to mess it up, you know? It's like very easy. It's hard. The more characters you have, the harder it is. The longer the story and the more it's how stories get complex, right? That's how it happens by having too many characters. Okay. Right? And this is a trap that a lot of writers fall into. If you notice any big series, like even something like the Stormlight, right? I haven't seen the final book. I need to get to reading that. It's not the final one, but it's the latest one. Like Stormlight, right? This is a big series. Big, huge series. Huge novel series. Big books, right? And there's so many characters, you know? It's really hard. Every time you introduce a character, you have to be really mindful. Game of Thrones is another one, right? I don't know if you've watched it. But this is another one. Where, like, there's so many characters, and that might be one of the reasons, you know, the author can't really continue writing this story. It might be one of the reasons. Right? And it's especially difficult when you write as you go. It's the most hard. When you write a book and you go book by book, right? At least you had your chance to kind of do your best and make everything as connected and non-contradictory as you can. Contradictions are gonna happen no matter how good the story is. It's impossible not to. It's just how it works, right? It's fiction. You can't, it's not physics. But yeah. Speaking of depression, the final season of this was just Jesus Christ. This show gives me seasonal depression, the way it ended. Holy. Holy. Yeah, it can be such a good payout. Yeah, that's the advantage, right? So longer stories are harder because you have to keep everything together, but they have the potential to be better because they just have more time and more details. And then the detail gets satisfied. And yeah, it's just how it is, right? Like, for example, there's this scene against Obito, right? Obito is talking shit about Minato, as yeah, he was talking shit about him. And it's when they figure out the Sage mode, that Sage mode can hurt Obito as the Ten Tails Jinchuriki, right? The way the scene is shot, the way the Rasengan goes, and as you're paying attention, like you can figure it out in the scene. And the moment you do, you're like, oh my god, it's so good. Right? The more details you add, if you can connect them and make them work, they feel satisfying. Right? But they're harder to do. They're just harder. It's easier to mess up. Yep. All right. Let's continue playing a little bit now. We can continue talking about this if anyone has anything to add. I love talking about writing, so I could do this literally all day. Hidden details are so great. Yep. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we were... Oh yeah, we were trying to make a weapon for Astarion, right?
Let's see.
And then when you're talking about narrative and stuff, games where you have multiple choices, that gets even more complicated now. Because what is a character, right? What version of Shadowheart is the character? Is it the good one? Is it the one where she falls for the shadow stuff, right? It becomes a justiciar, right? Like, what is the actual best written thing? How do you count that? How do you measure that? Right? It becomes super complicated in a game like this, where you can literally kind of make your own story almost, right? Let me drink some water. I've been yapping a lot. Okay. It's a good talk. Come back when I can. Yeah, making your canon is trivial, yeah. Yeah, okay, have fun, bro. Have fun. Yeah, I'll be here. I'll probably stream again tomorrow. Maybe I'll see. Maybe I'll be busy tomorrow, I don't know. But if I don't stream tomorrow, I will stream the next day as well. Probably same time. But yeah, see you. Have a good one, man. Okay, so let's play a little bit more.
Might be useful.
Let's see if we can make some sort of nice nice weapon for Astarion. Because, oh shit, let me switch back Will. Hold on. He's not even in my party. I got Will so that I could blast that wall. You know? With the Eldritch Blast. Okay, so... I know you're suffering, buddy, but I know what you're gonna ask me, so... Hey, if I don't click it, he won't get mad. If I don't give him, you know, some magical items. I don't have many right now, so... I do have a knife, though. Will is gonna stay hungry for now. Scratch, 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 come here, Scratch boy. Come here. This is the best character. Right? Sometimes you can just add a dog in it and just make it better, right? Cute, cute, cute. It is kind of funny though, if I remember. I think Astarion didn't approve, I think, of me petting the dog. So you know, that's how you know this guy is fucking evil, bro. This fucker is evil. Okay. Where is he though? Oh fuck, I'm fat too. How am I so fat again? I got fat immediately. God damn. Alright. Karlach, be a deer. Well, something like that. Okay. Have this stuff too. Astarion should. Oh fuck! I didn't get. Fuck. Hold on. Shit. Grab this shit, drop it to her, and then grab these pots. These barrels too, just in case. Just grab one. Grab these two. These two. Okay. And now we're gonna.
Anything of use?
Hold on. Where is Astarion, bro? What the fuck is he? He really doesn't like me. He doesn't want to show up. Where are you? Am I blind? Hello? Vampire? Where is our little vampire? He's literally not here. What the fuck? Where is he? Huh? Is he over here? What are you doing here? No, there's no way he's in there, right? Why are you here next to Withers? Okay, you know what? Fair enough. He wants to hang out with Withers. That's fair. That's fine.
Yes.
I get it. You know.
Thy wheel of fate
Oh my god. That is not that's not a good thing to hear. Withers.
Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead?
Neither. That's crazy that he needs money though. I still don't understand. What are you doing with this money, old man? What he must be using it for drip, right? There's no way. It must be about drip. This doesn't make sense otherwise. Why would he use it otherwise? Okay. So, buddy, come.
Need something?
I need you.
Perhaps if you lost a follower.
Okay,
or two.
let's get Will out.
Excellent.
Excellent. Nice. Buddy, let me give you this shit. Here, grab that. I think Karlach has some more. You can have a couple pots, that's fine. Here. Okay, does shadowheart have pots? She doesn't have pots. She doesn't have potions. What kind of a simp am I? How could I? Oh yeah, I forgot. She said we will go on a date soon. That's nice. Wait, where are my pots? Wait, who's holding all the pots? Wait. Oh my god. I gave him pots for no reason. He stole my pots. That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, you know what? Let me just kind of sort for potions because I can't find them now. Okay, never mind. I accused him once again. This is probably the reason he doesn't like me because I always accuse him of shit. Okay. So, let's get out of here. Let's leave camp. And drink some water. Wow. Why am I so stuck here? What the hell? What am I doing in between these places? Thanks for keeping me company. I don't know why I'm there. But okay. Alright, so how the fuck do we use this thing?
I can't forge a weapon without starting a fire.
Without starting a fire, I see. How about now? Oh, we just bring it here? What do we use for this though? I literally have no idea what we use for this. Oh shit. Hold on.
Watch
If I'm Astarion, am I supposed to just put my my sword here or what? Like put this thing on. No, put this shit on. Oh, it doesn't work, okay. What about a normal rapier? Okay, so what are you supposed to use here? I literally don't remember what you're supposed to use here. I have zero clue. Like zero. I don't know. Alright. You know what? Let's just get out of this forge. And, okay, yeah, let's just get out of here and maybe... Ooh, this is a lot of spiders here probably though. Do we go to fight or do we go simp? What should be our priority? We could have a fight or we could go simp for karlach first. Decisions. Know what? You already know what I choose. You already know what it is. You know what time it is.
Still alive, so that's
I
progress.
always get the wrong one. I don't hit the right one. Let's go see Damien and get our karlach.
Have I been this way before?
Let's make karlach less hot. I think it's necessary because, you know, she's a little bit too hot. That affects everyone in a negative way. Well, maybe not so a negative way, but it's definitely not ideal, you know? Alright. Keep going. Let's find Damien. Hey yo, I got that shit you need, bro. Where is he? He's here. Okay. Wait, what the fuck is going on up here? Krisa? I haven't been here. Hello? How do you get here? What the hell? I should remember to go there and check that out because I don't think I've been there. Yo, Damien, what's up?
How fares the search?
Okay. How far is the search? Hey, I'm passing through Wi-Fi, but figured I'd ask. Ready for Witcher 4, or what do you think? Yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, getting to play a series is like a big thing. I'd love that. I just wish they actually committed to her powers. Like, okay, here's my take on the combat. I think Ciri zooming around the map is really fun. Especially in that final scene, where she just starts one-shotting all the Wild Hunt people. It looks so cool. So I wish they again, I love teleporting abilities, right? Like we mentioned earlier, with Minato and shit. So, I don't know if they'll keep that part of the gameplay. But anyway, before The Witcher 4 though, we got a DLC. I wonder how that's gonna look. We'll probably get some new gear, we'll probably get some quests. I have no idea. I have this theory that... So here's the thing, right? This is a bit of a Witcher lore thing. I don't feel like Ciri would ever go through the mutations by choice. That to me doesn't make sense. Geralt wouldn't ever want that for her. Yen would never want that for her. And Ciri knows that she would never want to have the mutagens, right? But I guess it kind of depends. There's a lot to talk about that. There's a lot to talk about that. Doing things up. She's definitely a few years older, yeah. Yeah. Ages, dates and ages in the Witcher universe are a little bit like inconsistent. Ciri could be anywhere between like early 20s to like 30s. School of the Lynx, yeah. They might just expand it. Maybe the mutations she has to do aren't as risky, you know? It's just like when I think about it, right? No one in the who knows Ciri and cares for her would want her to go through those. But anyway, there's a lot of things they could expand on, and Ciri is like the perfect character to expand the story. She's literally like the time-space lady, right? She could walk into another universe and it would make sense, right? I don't know if you were here for the streams. I streamed all of the I think almost all of the second playthrough on YouTube. So I do have it on the streams if you want to check out some of the moments. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you could talk about this. One theory I had is, so Gunther, right? I don't know if you play the DLCs. Gunther Odim says that he will come back. That's what he says. So I think having him as one of the villains for Ciri would work really nicely. He is, you know, strong enough to contend with Ciri, right? He's a serious threat. That wasn't a pun on purpose, by the way, but yeah. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about there. That was like an idea I would have. So let's say I'm rewatching Witcher on Blind Wave. Oh yeah, Blind Wave. I actually like watching reactors as well. Getting ready for DLC and Witcher 4. Yeah, it's gonna be great. I know Blind Wave. I watched some of the stuff in the past. Yeah. So that was like one of the theories. So let's say Gunther comes back and he does some sort of curse on Ciri. Because think about it, right? What would be one of the worst things Gunther could do to Geralt and get revenge? If he forced Ciri to go through the mutations and give that trauma to Geralt, that would be like something very evil he could do, right? Now, it also just depends on how Ciri is after the game. Like, did she sacrifice all her powers? Ciri has the time and space powers, but she also has her magical powers as a sorceress. Yeah, so it actually just depends on how much she lost, if she lost anything, or if she kept all her powers after stopping the Wild Hunt, so yeah. There's 1,000 ways to go. They are in Kovir with the mages moving there. That's true. The mages might be there as well. Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about it. That's where all the mages left, right? They left to Kovir. Although depending on the version of the game, you might have killed Radovit, and so I wonder if a lot of the mages will just go back. But I don't know. There's literally like 1,000 ways they could take it, however they want to. Also, there's a Witcher 1 remake in the progress, but I don't know when that's coming. Yeah, a lot of stuff to talk about there. On the Interfernal Iron you mentioned, would you be able to take a look at Karlach's heart? Yo!
Please let this work.
Aww.
The weight of it. And that blaze of chaos. Can't imagine this where my heart should be. Must be quite the experience. Give me just a moment.
Okay.
And I think...
Seeing Karlach smile is really cute. Damn, that took like what, 10 swings? And it's ready? Goddamn.
You'll have to install it, I'm afraid.
Damien is him.
I don't think there are thick enough gloves in all the realms to protect from that kind of heat.
Alright.
That feels... good. I'm still burning hot as hell's hole, but I feel less... changeable.
Changeable is an interesting word.
Pleasure. And as for the heat, I haven't got any solutions now, but I'm not giving up. Could be if the combustion chamber had its own insulation.
Okay, hold on, let him cook. He's cooking up some shit.
Coolant.
He can surely fix it,
Find
right?
me again in Baldur's Gate. If I'm worth my salt, I'll have figured something out by then. Take care, Karlach. And hopefully the next time I see you, I'll have something promising to report. Pocket any infernal iron you find along the way,
Okay.
That's nice.
She'll be happy. We'll talk to her in a little bit. Do we know what Geralt's canon? Yep, Witcher 1 remake is on the way, yep. I wonder what will come first, if the remake will come first or if the fourth game will come first, I don't know. Do you know what Use Geralt's canon. Fuck, I think there's... Hold on, there was a new one as well. There's some comics, but I don't know which are canon or not. I'm actually not sure which endings are supposed to be canon. I think what they're going with is gonna be the Witcher ending, most likely. But I don't know, there's ways they could play it. In my opinion, I don't think there should be a Triss choice there for the game. It just doesn't work anymore. I think you have to keep the Yennefer path canon. That's my take. Very biased, but that's also being biased with the whole story and the books. The whole character arcs are made for each other. Like they're just so tied together. Anyway, I saw something last week's comic. Apparently they made some comics about from The Witcher. And even recently they have. Yeah, I think it's this one. This is a recent one. But I know there's comics that take place after the third game. The ending. So, I don't know. Let's actually ask. What is the canon ending for Geralt? Now, if we look at what they did in the previous games, remember with Sunny, they did axe Sunny from the second game, right? In the first game, you could be with Sunny or you could be with Triss. And they decided to not have Sunny be canon at all. And then in the second game, some choices didn't matter either. So game by game, some choices don't seem to matter. I think that's fair. Again, it's part of the writing thing. Now the AI says this. Yeah. I don't think there's like a confirmed one, but they usually do commit with one of the endings, and definitely with quite a few of the choices. Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna do it in a way. I mean, I doubt it, right? Because like, if they try to make the evil ending work, that's gonna be rough. Because you're telling me you're gonna make this game and then you're gonna make Geralt and Ciri not be in good terms? I don't know. That doesn't sound right? So they're probably gonna axe the bad ending. If you didn't know, even in the bad ending, Ciri is alive. There's videos for this. I don't know if you know this, if you guys know this. Actually, Letalis has some videos about this. It was confirmed that even in the bad ending, she survives. Hold on, you're saying... I was just thinking of other decisions like Radovid and others. Yeah, that is probably even more vague. Based on what they did in the second and the first game, who knows really? No one knows. No one knows. I have no idea. I would assume... Fuck, I don't know. They would probably kill Radovid. Fuck. Or you know what? Just retcon that shit. Retcon the Dijkstra stuff. That is necessary. They should retcon the Dijkstra thing in the end. Okay? He shouldn't... I just want to see Dijkstra again. In the books, I believe Dijkstra does go to Kovir after he almost gets assassinated by Philippa. So yeah, I'm just a Dijkstra believer, you know? Hold on, so... Ciri is still alive. Witcher 3 bad ending. I'm sure Letalis has some video. Yeah, this is like the video.
Alright everyone, I think we figured it out.
Oh.
The final... Alright everyone, I think we figured it out.
This guy's a
The
great
final
YouTuber,
secret...
by the way. Like, I've been watching this guy's videos for like a decade now. It's crazy how long it's been. Let me just kind of see. Let me just so... Yeah, they confirmed it, I believe, in the panels. Where is it? There's like an typography. This is the bad ending, right? And there it is. So it's this painting in the bad ending. So if you look at the bad ending
but
here,
one that depicts
some
the
people
same
don't
tower
know.
in Skellige from which Ciri teleported to stop the White Frost.
Yeah. So literally, I mean, he explains it, right? It's literally the same thing as the ending where you're in the tower. And then you can see here somewhere that a swallow is living, like the bird. And that's like a reference that she's allowed
And once
to
again, I have to thank a
lives.
viewer of mine by the name of Yaroslav, because if it wasn't for him, I would not have guessed that there's an actual picture on this tapestry. I thought it's just burn marks or something. So initially, that's where our findings see before.
This is the whole story.
And
So basically, the community kind
from
of
the Elven word
figured this
for
out.
swallow. You know, Tsirael,
Yeah, you see that
or however
in the
it's
top?
pronounced. Now combine that with the fact that the swallow is a symbol of rebirth, of new life,
not only that,
of spring,
but also
and so
swallow
on.
Zirael,
It actually
you know?
also fits with Ithling's prophecy quite well. And also there's the fact
so
that
like
CDPR
it's actually
likes
a
using
super
such
like
birds in such
secret
ways.
thing, but it's canon and the developers also confirmed it. She is alive regardless of your choice. It's just in the evil ending, she just doesn't fuck with Geralt, right? Okay, so you're saying, as much as I like trees, Yen is definitely canon, especially from books. People forget she's on a mission. Yeah, just think she's snobby. Holy shit. Yen and Geralt are just... Yeah, Letho, I'll talk about that, but first, Letho surviving as Seiskan. Yeah. Okay, so I just, towards the end of the playthrough, I did this one quest. I think it's called The Cat and the Wolf or something like that. It's the DLC quest, the free DLC quest, where you can choose to spare or kill a witcher that just massacred the village. Now, morally, you should kill that witcher, but I do feel the bias of trying to keep as many witchers alive, you know? Kind of like a conservationist would. So that is kind of how I feel about Letho as well. Now, Letho did kill kings, and killing kings destabilizes regions, but he was kind of forced to by by Nilfgaard and Emir. And he did save Geralt, so the moral choice there in the end is kind of hard. Yeah, it just kind of depends. Like, the reason it's hard is because the game, Kingdom Hearts 2, I almost said Kingdom Hearts 2. The Witcher 2 is called Assassins of Kings. And Roach could kill one of the kings. He could kill Henselt. But killing a king, the game makes it clear, is a big deal. Because it, like I said, destabilizes the region, and a lot of people can suffer. Now, depending on how bad the king is, that might be a better solution, who knows. But the hypothetical is hard. Where the hypothetical is easy is if you have democratic states, right, like countries, and you have some assassin kill the democratically elected leader. Holy fuck, that's really, really indefensible. You can't really defend that. It's really, really, really hard. Because now you're destabilizing a region and under a democracy, not under a kingdom. Anyway, so there's like a whole morality there. I would say Geralt especially would probably keep him alive because he saved Yen and Geralt, right? So I think Geralt would choose to keep him alive. Now back to the Yen and Triss thing. Yeah, I mean, Triss in the books is not really a love interest for Geralt. You have Fringilla, who is a much bigger interest. And even Sunny has a couple of scenes. At least there's a lot of other characters that you could argue before Triss. But as far as Yen is In the first part of the Last Wish, we just saw I just showed you guys the comic book, right? Where is it? The Last Wish. Like, in this short story, Yen is a villain. That's how she's introduced. Sapkowski, when he designed Yen, he wanted to make the opposite of a heroine. This may not say anything, but if you watch the Sword of Destiny trailer, you see Letho and the other witches that lead up to Geralt on the trailer. Hold on. Which one are you talking about? Sword of Destiny trailer? Is it this one? Oh, these are the ones before the game released, right? I actually didn't. The way I picked up The Witcher, I think was like a year later. I picked up the big edition. Just a friend recommended me to pick it. So I didn't actually watch all the hype.
Now we are few.
Like these trailers. I have seen some of the other cutscenes.
Killers of the world's filth.
Where do you...
Witchers.
Is it like here?
Killing machines. Among us,
Oh, that's Letho's fucking roided out arm. That's Letho for sure, no?
The one they call Geralt of Rivia, the White Wolf.
We meet again, Witcher. Your Imperial Majesty. She's returned, Geralt. After all these years.
So, talking about Yen.
Sure it's her?
Again, rank 1 Yen Defender. I believe I named almost every fucking title on the streams. Yeah, I love Yennefer. She's such an interesting character. She has all these negative traits. Again, I said this earlier, right? Where I said, if you write in a character and you put on negative traits or unlikable traits, you have to be careful. Now, if you do read the books and you even kind of pay attention, you do see the quality there of the character. She's very direct when she's not kind a lot of the time, in the books especially, because she changes a lot. She has development through the books. She's much nicer in the game, technically, even though people think she's pretty mean even there. Yeah, very selfish and all that stuff, but even in this story, right, she takes advantage of Geralt. She's kind of a villain. That's how she's introduced. But she still kind of saves him and doesn't want him to suffer. You know? So there's a kindness there. And Geralt kind of sees it. She looks very pretty, but she's a hunchback. She looks very young, but she's 100 years old, or kind of like 70 years old. You know? There's a lot of like, she's supposed to be like kind of an antithesis to the normal heroine arc, you know? And yeah, I like that. But I also like how she changes. When Ciri gets involved, both Geralt and Yen change. They develop. At the start, the relationship is hyper toxic, but then later they become... when Ciri gets involved, their toxicity kind of goes away because they fix their shit. Ciri literally forces them to confront each other. And by that point, they both had grown a lot. So like basically the story, the Witcher story is written for Geralt and Yen to be together. They're both very toxic. Like they do some fucked shit to each other. That will open a whole can of worms, but if I talk about that, but to keep it short, they both are very toxic. Ciri gets involved, and even before Ciri, they slowly change, and they become not really toxic. By like the third or fourth book, they're no longer toxic, I would say, really. What happens is that just they get separated by events, they're forced. Shape changer, very intrusive, but loyal, yeah. Like, you want to speak about loyalty, I mean, she would do anything for Ciri, right? And even Geralt. Here's an example, right? Very selfish. This is a book example. And even in the game, you see this with Vivaldi's bank. I talked about it when we talked to Vivaldi. So in the books, Geralt is super poor. Witchers are super poor. Now, even when they're broken up, Yen will literally, because he's kind of rich, because of all her politic money she got through the years, she would literally go into the areas that Geralt is around hunting for contracts and monsters, and she would artificially inflate the money he could get from the contracts. So basically, she would look to areas, she would find the people that would pay money for the contracts, and she would raise their money so that Geralt can actually survive, even when they're broken up. Right? So selfish, but she's doing that shit for him. And this is on her toxic era, on her highly toxic era. And Geralt's also very toxic at the start. But then they, again, Ciri brings them together, literally and figuratively. And then shit happens in the book. They get separated by plot stuff, right? And eventually they meet again. And then, spoiler alert, some fuck shit happens in the end. I mean, they die, I guess. So yeah. I have the last wish, but as a fan, I need who wants lore and wants to start the right way. What order should I, or do I need to start? I don't know if you... Okay, so if you haven't read the books, I would say you read the Last Wish and then the Sword of Destiny, the Vesemir animated movie. Yeah, it looked good. I think the show didn't... The show had a lot of problems. The anime did look cool. It did kinda do a couple of retcons, but I mean, it still looked really cool. The animation was kinda nice. The problem was with the second and third and fourth season, they couldn't save it after that. They messed up big, I think. Even in the first season there were problems, but anyway, you read The Last Wish and then you read The Sword of Destiny. These are the two short stories. Let me show them. It's actually very simple. It becomes complicated, but it's not complicated at all. So you have Witcher Order books. So you read, let me see, I want to see the pictures. All right, so let's just put this here. Okay. Okay, I mean, it's just very simple, right? So, The Last Wish, short stories. Sword of Destiny, short stories. Both of these books are short stories about the setup the world, and Geralt and Yen are really set up here and here, and Ciri is also set up here a lot. I mean, she's set up here too, but anyway, these two books are kind of like setups. That's how they work. Then you have the saga. So these two books will take you across time, right? So there will be something in the far past, something in the current timeline, a lot of little short stories, right? Especially for the first. The second book is continuous, meaning the first story follows the second follows the third. So the first book can be a little bit confusing if you don't realize that, but anyway, it's not hard to understand. You do these two, and then you just follow the saga, right? Up to this, right? So, Blood of Elves into Time of Contempt, Baptism of Fire, Tower of Swallows, Lady of the Lake. This is the saga. These books, it's like how, let me think of a metaphor. Like Game of Thrones, you have season 1 of Game of Thrones, season 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So this will be season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These two you read first, and then you go into the saga. This book, and there was another one after this as well, is again 2 short story books. So this is short stories. I haven't read this, and I haven't read the latest one. They're not necessary. They're not necessary. It's kind of like just a bunch of stories about the Witcher world and Geralt. So if you want, it's like, think of them like some nice side quests in the game, right? This is basically this book and the next book after this. So again, if you ever get lost, I'm sure that there's plenty of like orders, right? Like there's plenty of direct orders. Like if you ever get confused, you'll find this. It's just remember that you start with the Last Wish, you go into Sword of Destiny, and then these 5 books are one saga, one continuous thing. So you won't be jumping in the far future or the far past as much, right? Now, overall, what I think about the books, I do love them. They're good. They have their faults. I would say timelines and dates and ages, these things are inconsistent. This book is a little bit bloated, the final book, I would say. This happens a lot in fantasy books. They just start yapping a bit. They just start making the story a little bit bigger. Usually I would say by accident. I don't even think they do it on purpose, but some might do. Anyway, basically there is a little bit of fillering going on in the last few books, but yeah. And yeah, it's a very dark story. Expect to have your characters be more toxic than they are in the games because they haven't had their development yet, right? So yeah, that was the spiel for the books and stuff. Yeah. And again, there's something that Yennefer does that might feel like really toxic, like really bad. But if you think about it in the magical terms, I think what Geralt does, I guess not here, I guess still here, I guess, whatever. Geralt fucks up worse first. Then Yen does something really bad. But Geralt did something worse, I think, because of the magic stuff. But again, very hurt people, very toxic people. Later in the series, they become closer. And again, I think I even made a short, actually. I don't know if you saw this short. Where was it? Yeah, this one right here. Okay, then I was always curious. I also meant Witcher Nightmare of the Wolf movie. I have not watched much of the show or anything. I think they did switch a few things. Yeah, the thing with the show, honestly, I talked about this earlier with the other chatter on Twitch. The thing about the show is that, I don't know, it felt like the writers didn't like the books or the story. That's how it felt. Now, there is this writer problem. I don't know if you're a big fan of comics, but you may have heard this like Batman and Superman and all these stories. You have a story for a few years, and then some other writer will pop in, right? They will switch writers. And then the new writer will just drop everything the previous writer was doing and just do their own shit. I think this is like a real thing, that it's not even a malicious thing. It's not even like a no-purpose thing. Writers just like writing their own shit. You know? That's what I need. I can stand style, just like how Harry Potter is different in books and movies. Yeah, I haven't seen the Harry Potter movie since I was a kid. I don't really remember most of the things. I haven't read the books. So I don't remember most of the things. Although I did watch them a bunch when I was a kid, but I don't remember them. I might watch them again at some point. Yeah, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, with the comics. This is like a big thing. Well, writers just want to write their own thing. I don't know if you're a wrestling fan as well, like WWE and stuff. This happens there too, where you'll have a storyline start, and then another writer or just someone just decides to drop it and just do what they want to do. So this is very common. Now, I haven't read The Wheel of Time. I know that Sanderson did some of the books at the end because the writer passed away. I don't know if Sanderson kind of just was like, hey, I'm a fan of this shit, and I'm just gonna follow the story of the other writer and just do what I think they wanted to do, you know? It's kind of like what we talked about earlier, right? When I said how, even though I don't like the Orihime and Ichigo stuff, there is a way to write that, right? So what I would do, if I was the new writer, I wouldn't write that. I would go for Uryu and Orihime, and I would write Ichigo and Rukia together. But if I want to do it, and let's say I wanted to follow Kubo's vision, then I would still do Orihime and then Ichigo, and I'll have Rukia as a friend and do the Renji stuff and all that stuff. I just would change things that would work based on his vision of the other writer, you know? But yeah, this is like a big problem with writers in general. Now, there's that, and there's also the fact that I do think the writers probably didn't like the books and the games at all. They didn't have respect for it. Most likely, that's how I feel. Although I can't really prove that. You know? It gets complicated. Yeah, especially when they switch Henry Cavill, it flopped. Yeah, because the thing is, again, right? So even actors are technically part of the writing process. Sometimes an actor might say a line differently, and the writer will go like, you know what? Let's do it that way. Let's keep that, right? So when you have an actor who's so invested into getting the original vision happen, and then that's a big part of why people watched, right? They saw the passion of Cavill, of Henry, and that's a big part of why they wanted to watch it. So for you to just completely betray that, it's just, I mean, if the guy leaves, then what are you supposed to even think about, right? Right? Now notice how all of my arguments were just, you know, writing ones and just like, hey, I just think they did bad stuff versus woke everything, right? Notice how you can just criticize it and call it bad without needing to, you know, make everything about whatever you want to pretend it's about, right? I'm just saying, you know? Yeah. So like here in this sort, I will basically Geralt and Yen are actually finally happy, right? And it feels kind of nice, but I guess now if you want to read the books, I won't spoil, I guess, what happens in the books. So yeah. Anyway. Yep. Okay, let's play a little bit more, and then I'll probably end the stream. Alright. Yeah, let's simp a little bit for karlach, and then I'm just gonna go rest up a bit. And grab some food. Have some cookies, I should eat. Okay.
You're an idiot.
Time to simp.
Damon's upgrade didn't cool me down, but it did juice me up. I don't think I've ever felt more powerful.
Let's find some evil for you to smack then. We'll find more infernal iron and get you that second upgrade too. I still can't touch you though. Well, listen. I mean...
Do you want to?
Oh shit, okay, wait, hold on, I'm blushing now. Of course I do. Sure, I'd love to spar with you. Not particularly, I was just pointing it out. Right in front of... I mean, Shadowheart doesn't mind. Shadowheart literally said the same thing. She would do the same thing exactly that I'm doing. Yes?
I'd like that. Now, let's find that infernal iron.
Oh
before
shit,
I
we're in.
overheat.
We're in. See? So, Shadowheart is into us. Karlach is into us. But this fucker doesn't like me at all.
Well, hello.
Okay, he's not as mean now. Usually he's very mean. Let me see the stats real quick. Okay. Yeah, have a good night, man. It was fun. I love talking about this stuff. You can always feel free to hop in. Again, I always love talking about this shit. If you look up, some of my first videos were literally just like this, like small little essays about stories and stuff. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, it's neutral. It used to be... No, hold on. Fair is the middle one. Okay, never mind. He still doesn't like me much. He still doesn't like me much. I guess you can't get all of them, right? You can't flirt with all of them at the same time. I'm not evil enough for him, okay? He's too evil. Alright, guys. I think I'm gonna call it there for today. Wait, they're talking? Who's talking? Okay, I'm gonna call it there for today. Subscribe and follow if you haven't. Like the stream, it helps a lot. I uploaded a short today. I would really use the feedback. I would really appreciate the feedback on this. Hold on. Let me see. Let me pick it up real quick. Let me see. I like editing, but it's kind of hard. Hold on. Kind of hard to tell exactly what works and what doesn't.
A group of dopes posing as paladins of tea.
Right? Oh yeah, we're gonna hunt down some larpers. We'll do that. One.
Fuck yes.
Oh my god, okay. I did try to post like some funny memes and stuff. Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier, by the way.
What I thought.
She's also a sim, so she wouldn't get jealous, and she's also kind of open, so yeah. Anyway. I do post some memes from the streams here, so if you wanna watch those, you can as well. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. It means a lot to me. To just get to talk about all this stuff. It's so fun for me. I love this shit. Alright guys, see you tomorrow, or if I'm not live tomorrow, I'll be live the next day, okay? So yeah, bye. Bye-bye, either tomorrow or the day after.